Newest treatments.
Meet two men who suffered from BPH, benign prostatic hyperplasia, or an enlarged prostate. Same disease, but two very different solutions.
I'll just make sure that our balloon is in the bladder where it belongs.
One man went high-tech, the other found relief in an herb. They're the latest approaches to deal with a common aggravating problem for older men.
Well, the main problem I had was getting up several times a night to have to go to the bathroom.
Sleep was virtually impossible. I'm a very light sleeper anyway, and I was up every hour, just about every hour.
BPH affects the prostate, a gland normally the size of a walnut that sits below the bladder. Running through the center of the prostate is a tube called the urethra, which carries urine from the bladder out through the penis. As men get older, cells within the prostate may grow more rapidly. If that happens, the gland enlarges and squeezes the urethra, making it difficult to pass urine. After age 60, over half of all men have some degree of BPH. Often the symptoms will go away on their own, but severe cases can lead to bladder or kidney damage.
If you ask me what makes the prostate grow, why does it grow in some men, why not in others, we do not have an answer.
When Avon Bean started having symptoms of BPH and found himself running off the golf course in search of a bathroom, he decided to try something new. He became part of a clinical study where microwave therapy is used to shrink the prostate.
The catheter is actually, of course, the heart and soul of the whole treatment.
Built inside this flexible catheter is a microwave antenna and a balloon. The catheter is inserted through the urethra all the way to the bladder.
And when we inflate the catheter balloon at the mouth of the bladder, we know the antenna is right where we want it, in the middle of the prostatic urethra.
The microwave is then activated, heating the surrounding tissue to a temperature of nearly 175 degrees. The heat kills a portion of the prostate.
The tissue will die and will eventually be absorbed and taken up by the body's white cells, the police in the body.
The prostate will be swollen and tender for about a month, but beyond that, the side effects are minimal.
I'm totally happy with the treatment I got. It's almost back to normal again. Not almost, it is.
Some men are very uncomfortable with the idea of surgery or taking synthetic drugs to shrink the prostate. Many are turning to a more natural remedy to ease the symptoms of BPH.
After a drug gave him nausea and headaches, Ken Hobbs turned to his son, an herbalist, for help. Chris Hobbs recommended saw palmetto, derived from berries that grow on a bushy palm. Doctors in Europe have used saw palmetto for years to treat prostate problems.
All the literature isn't in and all the studies haven't been done, but the bottom line is that it seems to help shrink the prostate and relieve symptoms when it's taken for a several-month period.
Ken Hobbs started using saw palmetto 12 years ago. His symptoms have disappeared.
My last visit to the doctor's office, he did an examination of the prostate gland and found it to be normal.
Saw palmetto is catching on in the U.S. There are dozens of brands on the market, but its popularity brings the potential for problems. As an herb, saw palmetto is unregulated by the Food and Drug Administration.
There's no regulated quality control. I'm sure each company attempts to make the product as best they can, but when you subject these products to chemical analysis, you find that they are all different.
Dr. Peter Walder is doing research for a California company that wants the FDA to license its manufacturing process for saw palmetto.
Getting it licensed gives such great assurance that it's a reasonably safe compound.
Some doctors may need more convincing.
I will not prescribe it and I don't recommend it. There's no scientific rationale for it.
Whether it's herbs or drugs or surgery, the important thing to men who suffer from BPH is whether it works. Ken Hobbs has found his solution, so has Avon Bean. Golf may still be a challenge, but it's a lot more enjoyable.
Can you wait longer over a putt?
Oh, yeah. There's no question about that.
Here to talk more about these and other treatments for BPH is Dr. Tom J.